I was the lost girl in our town's biggest search party. They were looking in all the wrong places for all the wrong reasons. Everyone in Cedar Falls remembers the summer of 2009 as the summer I went missing. Search parties combed the woods, my school photo was taped to every storefront, and my mother went on the local news sobbing for my safe return. For 72 hours, I was the most important person in a town of 12,000. But here's what no one knew. I was watching the whole thing unfold from my best friend's attic, just 3 blocks from my house. I was 16 when Mom's new husband Jeff moved in. He brought expensive whiskey, designer clothes, and wandering hands that found their way to my bedroom door after midnight. The first time it happened, I convinced myself it was a mistake and he was drunk, confused about which room was which in our new house the second time. There was no confusion in his eyes. I told Mom the next morning. She slapped me so hard my ears rang. "He's paying for your braces," she hissed. "He's paying for college. Don't you dare make up stories about him." That night I heard them arguing. "The girl is obviously jealous," Jeff said. "She's always been difficult. You said so yourself." Mom agreed with him. I recorded their entire conversation on my phone. 2 days later, I packed a backpack with clothes, took the $212 from my summer job, and walked to Emily's house after school. Her parents were away for the weekend, and she'd offered her place as sanctuary until I figured out what to do. I wasn't planning to disappear. I just needed space to think. Then Mom called Emily's phone. "Have you seen Lily? She didn't come home from school." Her voice was wrong, pert, too high, too worried. This was the woman who hadn't noticed I'd eaten cereal for dinner 3 nights in a row because she and Jeff were having date nights. Emily looked at me questioningly. I shook my head. "No, Mrs. Collins, is everything okay?" 4 hours later, Emily's phone blew up with notifications. "Missing Tellen Schleiglens Smeislens Lassen Leaving Ketter Falls High Shiskuil." Mom was on the local news that night. Make here perfectly smudged Jeff's arm around her shoulders. "My baby would never run away," she sobbed. "We're so happy. She's so happy. Shaban must have taken her." Emily and I watched from her laptop in stunned silence. "They're saying someone in a white van was seen near the school," Emily whispered. "Your mom is offering a $5,000 reward." The money Jeff had promised for my college fund was now being offered to find me. By day 2, there were search parties in the woods behind our subdivision. All volunteers with flashlights calling my name. Emily's older brother came home early from college to join the search firm. He walked right past the attic door where I was hiding, grabbed a flashlight, and went to look for me in the state park. I watched from the attic window as my chemistry teacher and the boy I had a crush on searched the creek where we sometimes had lunch. The local news interviewed my track coach, who said I was reliable and not the type to cause trouble. Everyone believed I was a victim. No one considered I might be running from something. On day 3, I saw Jeff being interviewed. He looked devastated, his arm firmly around my mother's waist. "Lily is my daughter now too," he said, voice breaking perfectly. "I just want her home safe." That's when I texted the recording to Emily's phone, walked to the police station, and told them everything. The detectives looked uncomfortable as they listened to my mother agreeing that I was making up stories. When I described Jeff's nighttime visits, they called in a female officer who held my hand while I gave my statement. Mom didn't believe me until the police showed her the recording. Jeff was asked to leave the station through a different door. The news never reported why I had really disappeared. The town narrative became that I had gotten lost during a hike parade, a story my mother eagerly supported. Jeff moved out that week. The restraining order was filed quietly. I still see people from Cedar Falls sometimes. They remember me as the lost girl who was found, the happy ending to a community's worst fear. They don't know I was never lost. I was hiding, and sometimes that's what survival looks like.